Leo Santa Cruz says he will not pick against his Mexican counterpart, Mikey Garcia, as he faces the uphill battle in Errol Spence, as well as Mexican legend Canelo Alvarez will not pick against his Mexican counterpart in Mikey Garcia. Canelo Alvarez also says he'll never fight another Mexican fighter in the rest of his career, as well as Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. says he will not pick against his Mexican counterpart, Mikey Garcia. Juan Manuel Marquez, another Mexican legend, says he will not pick against his Mexican counterpart in Mikey Garcia, although it's an uphill battle. Stay tuned, coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we know there's a huge showdown in boxing coming March 16th, 2019, Dallas, Texas, as Mikey Garcia dares to be great and goes up what people call two weight classes. If you've been listening to me for quite some time, I've been saying it's one weight class due to the fact that Mikey Garcia has fought 3 of his last 5 fights at 140 pounds. But Mikey Garcia is daring to be great nonetheless and face 147-pound boogeyman, IBF undefeated American welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr. Now with that said, none of the Mexican legends dare to pick against Mikey Garcia in this matchup. Although they feel like he has an uphill battle in front of him, they don't want to pick against him. And with that said, that brought me to this. Ukrainian. You have Vasyl Lomachenko. You have Alexander Usyk. You have Ukrainian legends like Vladimir Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko. The list goes on and on, right? And these guys stick together. That's what they do. They stick together. But then you have the undefeated black fighters, right? Or should I say African American fighters, who just won't or refuse to just stick together, right? We just seen Alexandre Gavadik defeat Adonis Stevenson, which ended in a tragic where Adonis Stevenson has been in a coma and been hospitalized for quite some time. Actually, since December 1st, Adonis Stevenson has been in a hospital. And yet, we saw Vasyl Lomachenko, although to their defense, they didn't know that the severity and the condition Adonis Stevenson was in, they cut the picture of Adonis Stevenson off the belt, off the WBC well, off the WBC light heavyweight title. If you don't know, your picture's on the belt. And there's a video of Vasyl Lomachenko cutting Adonis Stevenson picture off the belt immediately following the fight. And I'll say this again, to their defense, they did not know Adonis Stevenson was in such bad position, such critical condition. They knew he got the knockout. Alexander Gavadik got the knockout, but they didn't know the condition that Adonis Stevenson was in. And I don't think that they would show such lack of class, you know, in doing so. But with that said, they all sticking together. We've seen Alexander Usyk and Vasyl Lomachenko supporting their countrymen. We've seen, like I just stated in the beginning of this video, you see the greats, Mexican greats. You have Juan Manuel Marquez. You have current Mexican great who's still active, Canelo Alvarez, Saul Canelo Alvarez. You have the likes of Mexican legend Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., right? You have current boxing champion, lightweight, 126-pound champion, Leo Santa Cruz, supporting their countrymen, and Mikey Garcia. And then we move on to the likes of Deontay Wilder and his fight against UK, United Kingdom's Tyson Fury, Gypsy King, right? And then we seen American fighters all seeming to go against Deontay Wilder in that fight, right? We see American fighters, past and present, such as Mike Tyson going against Deontay Wilder. We've seen the likes of Floyd Mayweather going against Deontay Wilder. Andre Ward going against Deontay Wilder. Timothy Bradley going against Deontay Wilder. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody has their own opinion, and that's great. Everybody can have their own opinion. It's your opinion. But it just seems as if the African-American fighters, American fighters, just choose not to support each other and push each other on their platforms, right? We've seen the fight with, not too long ago, Jamel and Jamal Charlo host their own card, and people were praising the fact that Jamel Charlo was robbed in that fight. At least I thought he was robbed in the fight, but Tony Harrison won the fight on paper. Then we seen Jamal Charlo, and we see people saying that Jamal Charlo really lost. It's like people prey on these fighters' downfall. Everybody was saying that Deontay Wilder lost. Floyd Mayweather, we just saw him have an exhibition bout just this past New Year's Eve. And all he received was criticism for an exhibition bout, and people claiming and saying how horrible it was. When we saw and saying that Floyd Mayweather stooped to a new low. But we saw the likes of Muhammad Ali. We saw the likes of Sugar Ray Robinson. We saw the likes of lots of greats, past greats, legends of the sport of boxing, have exhibition bouts. This is nothing new. Floyd Mayweather didn't reinvent the wheel. This is nothing new. Okay? If this was any other country, they would back their countrymen. Right? It just seems as if American fighters, mainly African-American fighters, just choose not to back each other. And it's a sad day when you see that. Today is 2019, and I think that we should back each other. You have a Olympic gold medalist in Andre Ward. We have an Olympic gold medalist, should have been Olympic gold medalist, in Floyd Mayweather, who was robbed in the Olympics. Right? We saw Roy Jones Jr., another African-American that should have been an Olympic gold medalist, who was robbed in the Olympics. We saw Shakur Stevenson, who many people thought was robbed in the Olympics. Andre Ward is undefeated, finished his career undefeated. We know Floyd Mayweather finished his career undefeated at 50-0, right? And you would think at this point in time, why not back him? We know Deontay Wilder won a bronze medal in the Olympics, right? Andre Ward finished his career 32-0, right? Never lost. Gold medalist. Floyd Mayweather should have been gold medalist. Deontay Wilder is a bronze medalist, right? You would think that these fighters would stick behind each other, stick with each other, uplift each other in the sport of boxing. As we fought as African Americans today's time so hard to get where we are, and we still miles and miles behind, years and years behind. So you would think that at this point in time, we would uplift one another, right? Especially when you have successful fighters such as Deontay Wilder, who's won a bronze medal. Didn't win a gold, didn't win a silver, but he won a bronze. You have a gold medalist in Andre Ward, as I stated, and Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones should have been gold medalists. We have Sugar Ray Leonard, who was a gold medalist. We have Shakur Stevenson, who should have been gold medalists, and the list goes on and on, right? Just to name a few of current fighters. And you would think today's time they would show up. Could you imagine the power? Could you imagine what it would be like to have Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard in Deontay Wilder's corner, uplifting him, right? Possibly walking him out to the fight. We've seen other Ukrainians walk each other out to the ring. We've seen legends, Mexican legends, walk each other out to the ring. Could you imagine the power that it would show? Could you imagine the structure it would show if Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard and Mike Tyson would have walked Deontay Wilder out to the ring versus Tyson Fury? Or future about a showdown with Anthony Joshua in the UK or here in the States. Could you imagine the power it shows? Could you imagine the structure it shows? Could you imagine that? Just picture it. Picture if Andre Ward was cheering on Deontay Wilder. Picture if Floyd Mayweather was cheering on Deontay Wilder. Picture if And I mean, and it just, the roles could reverse because there's rumors that Andre Ward could possibly come back. So the roles could possibly reverse, right? Or just imagine these fighters standing in Terrence Crawford's corner when Terrence Crawford is facing a counterpart, or should I say a foe from another country. Or could, and also, right, just think about this. When Sergey Kovalev fought a close fight with Andre Ward, could you find a Ukrainian that picked against or said that Andre Ward was the definite winner in that fight, that didn't feel like Sergey Kovalev was robbed? Because Vasyl Lomachenko felt like Sergey Kovalev was robbed. Alexander Usyk felt like Sergey Kovalev was robbed, right? I think it was Vitaly Klitschko felt like Sergey Kovalev was robbed. So could you imagine? Right, exactly. Could you imagine that all of these fighters, Deontay Wilder, could you imagine Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, Deontay Wilder, and all of these other fighters in Errol Spence's corner, walk Errol Spence out as he faces Mikey Garcia and show power? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine Errol Spence being walked out to the ring to face Mikey Garcia with Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, Deontay Wilder, and so on and so on, so on and so forth? Could you imagine the power that would show? Unbreakable, right? Unbreakable, right? But, you know, we need to stick together. We need to show more unity, a la the Mexican greats. And this is not about, I don't want to make too much about race, but the sport of boxing is built on race. Let's be honest. Saul Canelo Alvarez just stated that he will never fight another Mexican fighter, another Mexican counterpart, ever again in the rest of his career. Could you imagine if Floyd Mayweather had said such things? Could you imagine if today's time Terrence Crawford says he'll never fight another African-American fighter in the rest of his career? Could you imagine if Errol Spence is to state that he'll never fight another African-American fighter? Could you imagine the outroar, the outpour that Deontay Wilder would get if he states that he'll never face another African-American fighter in the rest of his career? Just imagine that. Imagine the backlash. Imagine the criticism, that Deontay Wilder would receive. Imagine the criticism Terrence Crawford would receive. Imagine the criticism Errol Spence would receive. Imagine the criticism Jamal and Jamel Charlo would receive. Imagine the criticism Gervonta Tank Davis will receive. Imagine the criticism Tevin Farmer will receive. Imagine the criticism Anthony Joshua will receive. Let's just imagine that. Should they say, I'll never face another African-American fighter again in the rest of my career? Just imagine that. My point is Floyd Mayweather. My point is Andre Ward. My point is Deontay Wilder. My point is Anthony Joshua. My point is Terrence Crawford. My point is Errol Spence. My point is Gervonta Tank Davis. My point is Adrian Broner. That's another guy. Adrian Broner is getting ready to face Manny Pacquiao. Could you imagine another great Filipino fighter picking Adrian Broner to beat Manny Pacquiao? Could you imagine Adrian Broner being in a close fight with Manny Pacquiao and you get multiple Filipino great fighters like Leonardo Danier, The Flash, picking and saying, oh, Adrian Broner won that fight. Adrian Broner was robbed. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine the outrage he would receive? The criticism he would receive in the Philippines? Could you imagine that? Now he may think it in private, but for him to think it and say it in public is a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother ball game. So with that said, could you imagine if Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, Deontay Wilder walked out Adrian Broner to the ring to face Manny Pacquiao? Could you imagine, like I said, Deontay Wilder, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford? Well, I won't say Terrence Crawford because we know Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence have a score to settle. But could you imagine Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, Deontay Wilder? They all walk Errol Spence out to the ring as he set to face Mexican legend Mikey Garcia. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine the power that would show? It would shake up the world, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. It's something that we really need to think about. But that's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love. Mwah.